today's story is proof that one video can truly change everything. So just a few months ago, Maggie McCormack had a couple thousand subscribers. Then she uploaded one video that just completely took off, bringing in over $30,000, skyrocketing her to 187,000 subscribers and completely transforming her YouTube journey. So in this interview, we're diving into how she did it, how she came up with the viral video idea, what she did differently, and how you might be able to start spotting some of those same viral opportunities in your own content. But we're also going to be talking about what life's really like after going viral and the mindset shifts and strategy tweaks that really helped her stay focused and keep growing. So if you're trying to grow your channel or you're wondering what it actually takes to go viral, you are going to want to stick around for this one. So welcome, a very, very special welcome to today's guest, Maggie. Thank you so much for tuning in. I'm so excited.
Thanks for having me, Claire. This is so fun. Thank you.
This is so fun. I have actually known Maggie for quite some time now. So when I saw on Facebook, like we know each other from pre-YouTube land. And so when I saw that your channel was just taking off, I was like, oh my gosh, this is just it's the good news story we all needed. So yeah. So stoked to have you here today, Maggie. It's such a joy.
Thanks, Claire. It's kind of wild because I was thinking this morning, I remember asking you advice when I was auditioning for the drama school, and you were like,
wow,
giving me advice on, go to yoga in the morning and then have an easy morning and then get prepared. And yeah, like I remember really taking that on. Yeah.
Oh, what good advice from me.
I think it was 2014. Yeah.
And you got in.
I did.
Yay! That's so good. How amazing. Oh, I love it. So Maggie and I are both actors and trained at the same studio, which is how we first met each other. And now here we are having audiences that we don't have to get permission or approval to have.
Yeah. Don't have to wait to be picked.
Yes, it's so nice. Nobody's sitting at the top saying, yes, you'll have you. So that's very, very nice. Could you please fill everyone in on how you came to YouTube? What was that journey like for you?
Yeah, well, I decided to start YouTube because I did a life coaching course, and somewhere along the line there, I realized like I don't love to sell myself, and I was like, it'd be much easier if I had some kind of platform so that people can go, I like her, I don't like her, I want to work with her, or I don't, and then I don't have to do all the selling, if you know what I mean. And so, yeah, and I realized I needed a platform, and I love YouTube. I'm a big consumer of YouTube, and I just thought that'll be fun, kind of mixing all my skills and my love of the camera and yeah, and being able to tell I already had a podcast at that stage, so I was already talking about things that I love to talk about, and that led me to YouTube.
That's so awesome. And you have been on YouTube for how long?
9 months and 2 weeks. 28th of August was my first.
That is just so amazing.
It was earlier than I expected. I'd been researching it for about a year, and then I was taking my time. I just knew it was hard. Like I knew it would be tricky. And that whole thing just gets started. It's so true. And then I was just arranging my banner and accidentally pressed publish on the banner on the channel. And I really didn't want many months to pass before uploading a video. That's why I started a whole new account. And so I was like, all right, the universe is saying, go for it. So I just quickly did my first video, which was very basic.
I love that so much. And your first video is you like walking along, talking into your phone, and
without a mic.
Yeah, what a way to start. It's so cool. We have some people in the chat saying hello, Maggie and Claire. Hello, Marianne. Marianne's a wonderful legend who says it is just so good. Elle is here as well, who says, what an amazing jump change. Love when this happens with channels. Always the hope will be next. Livio says, good morning from Hobart. Good morning.
Love Hobart.
I've never been to Hobart. What amazing
Oh,
place.
it's
And
beautiful.
I
Beautiful.
just found out you're from Kalgoorlie.
Yeah.
What a
Well,
trip.
originally Melbourne.
That is
Originally
a
Melbourne, but all of high school in Kalgoorlie.
that is also quite a jump change as well, hey. Um,
Yeah.
we also
I
have
have I
James in
have
the chat. Thanks for being here. Hand pink waving hi. That's what comes through to to Ecam, which is very funny. Hello, very nice to have you all here. Um, yeah. So incredible. Elle has a fantastic question. Do you find many YouTubers have previously trained in acting? Has this supported you in creating content?
I haven't come across any other YouTubers. I mean, other than Claire, but like in from my journey, I haven't come across any other actors. Um, I think it's helped me as far as I'm not afraid of the camera,
Mm,
but it also isn't an advantage in that when you're acting, you're hoping that you're not performing and putting something on. You're hoping that you're really the character, but you have to really navigate authentic you as opposed to being so used to, like, we do a lot of ad auditions and stuff, and you're so used to like being performative in some way, and to really trying not to do that. And when I watch my videos, I can see moments where I'm like, oh, I've gone into performer mode, and then I'm like, and oh no, there I'm real there. And it's got its other set of challenges, but I'm sure on the whole it would help.
mm. Yeah, it's such a, I think, different thing being just yourself, and
Yeah.
your stuff is like it's your thoughts, whereas when you're like reading from a script, uh, it's not necessarily your thoughts, is it? So it's like
No.
a different kind of pressure. And I think sometimes if people know that you have trained as an actor, there's like this pressure that it should be good or monumental or something. Yeah. Oh,
There's
actually,
also a dismissal. There's also a dismissal. It's like, oh, you're an actor, so it's not as impressive or something. Like it's
yeah,
easy for
right.
you. There's a bit of that as well.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Where it's still so nerve wracking. Like I felt a bit nervous before this morning. I was so
Oh, same.
excited to chat with you. Oh yes, actually, Marianne did drama in high school, and
Oh,
she's heard
cool.
that doing improv classes can help and enhance confidence.
Yeah,
You've
that's
done plenty of
terrifying.
improv, haven't have you?
I've done some, but that's actually what I find the most terrifying. I'm one of those actors that likes to go away and work on it and then come back when it's ready.
Yeah,
Whereas like just
same.
not knowing what's going to happen is it's wonderful but terrifying.
Yeah, absolutely. So yeah, so you're plodding along on YouTube, a short plod, I would say, and I imagine a lot of people in the crowd who are watching today would probably say, 5.5 months was it for 5 months, and
Yeah, I
then
think
your
it was
channel
five.
took off.
Five.
So
Yeah.
where was your channel at before you had this viral sensation? Like
I
subscriber
really,
wise and views wise, what kind of stuff were you
yeah.
getting?
I must go back because I can't remember the exact subscriber, but it was somewhere between 1 and 3,000, somewhere in there. I feel like it was maybe between 1 and 2. And the views I had just done, like as a new YouTuber, it was a strategy of mine to do the YouTuber videos of what I learned in under 200 subscribers, and what how YouTube changed my life in under 1,000 subscribers. I saw them as trending videos. So so one of the ones that I did, it got 33,000, which was huge. That was the
Mm.
one before it. That was like I already, that felt very viral to me. And previous to that, I think 1,500 was like my viral moment. So this was that. Yeah, that was. And after the 33,000 one, it was like, wow, maybe they're going to get this again. Like that felt so big. So that was where I was coming from.
Yeah, wow. And you were just monetized, right? At the when your video started to take off.
It was so divine. It was the timing. I just gotten monetized. I released that video, and then it was like one day. I mean, it had only had 500 views at that point, so it hadn't taken off yet. That was still good. That was a very quick start for the first
Mm.
day. It got monetized then, and so when it just completely took off, all of that was AdSense money.
Wow, it's so amazing because you have to opt in for monetization, right? Neither of my channels are
Yeah.
monetized yet. Um, So if you had not been paying attention that
Yeah,
day, you would have potentially missed out on a whole bunch of cash.
exactly. And it had been something I had been, because I was tracking my monetization journey as a
Yeah.
strategy. And so I had been paying attention, and I had been filling in the forms as they came up. There's all these little forms you have to do as you go along. And yeah, fortunately, because I'm one of these people that leaves things, but I didn't with that, thank God.
Yeah. Oh, that's so good. Yeah. Oh, this is very funny. What's your content about, Maggie? Thank you, Marianne. This is normally my very first question. Good
my
reminder.
my content is about living a joyful and meaningful life and self mastery. So, like, my spirituality is very important to me, and I'm basically tracking my evolution, my spiritual journey, whilst and because I'm also a coach, so helping others, kind of like helping, when you get a few steps ahead, it's like, what would I have needed 2 years ago? What did I need to hear? And a lot of that's around self-esteem and worthiness. And there's a few fun ones in there, like giving up caffeine, and I want to do more physical style challenges. So, like, physical, emotional, mental, spiritual mastery, and which is quite a wide umbrella. So it means I can just whatever's happening for me at that time that I feel is has some worth in it for the audience.
That's
Yeah.
amazing. I love that. And so it's totally, I would say, not common, your experience, what has happened on YouTube. From what I've learnt from others, it's not super common for a video to just get a cheeky 5 million views.
Yeah.
So, but what I have observed on your channel, um, is, and from what I've heard from other interviews, I've been a little bit obsessed with you lately, Maggie. But like, you set yourself up for that though, to achieve that. That's what I have observed. Like, you have been making like viral concept videos. So it's not like you just made a video about a microphone or something,
Yeah.
or something in your niche, and then that went viral. Like, you have really been using viral, like viral style videos.
Trending
Yeah.
videos kind of thing.
So for people watching, how do you, and for myself, how did you find those types of videos?
Do you know, it's funny that you asked this, because I was like thinking to myself, I would love another trending video. And it was just what I was observing, because my feed was just full of new YouTubers when I was at the start. And I just was seeing these repetitive titles. Like, I kind of stumbled into it. So that
Mm.
was how YouTube changed your life in under 200 subscribers, in under 1,000 subscribers. The just start, it's worth it kind of titles. I was seeing them everywhere. And then this one, I was just seeing it everywhere. But I haven't, I'm sure there are other trending ones, but I don't have like a secret how to, how to find them. My channel is a bit all over the place as far as the algorithm of what I'm seeing. And so I'm not seeing repetitive things at the moment. But I'm on the lookout, and I'll share it with you if
Yeah.
I find one.
Well,
But
I think you, like, just being observant, because I
yeah,
realized that I don't spend a lot of time on the homepage. Like, I'm often looking for stuff that I'm looking for. Like, I'm a pretty big consumer of YouTube, but I don't necessarily sit. And so just sitting and spending some time looking at stuff that continuously pops up. I think you're just a very, very observant person. That's probably why you found that
I,
video.
I'm laughing because there's people that would laugh to hear you calling me observant, because
Well, maybe
I'm generally
observant
not
about what you're observant about.
what I'm
Um,
focused on. Yeah.
yeah, yeah, a little hyper focus situation. That's, there's lots of interesting questions coming through. As a life coach, how would you tell someone who does try to chase the virality and pin lots of hopes and not
Mm.
get it? That's a really good question, because it's not like you're just gonna find a viral concept, and this isn't a guarantee that this is gonna happen. What happened with your channel? But yeah, what mindset tip can you share?
I absolutely and this is a work in progress for me, I would not focus on the external. I really, really wouldn't. Just I would be creating content that I loved and that meant something to me, but not being crazy. Not you got to have some kind of niche. I wouldn't be just, oh, this is a vlog and then this is a microphone video and this is a, like, you're having some kind of niche, but just um, remembering why you're creating the content, and not, and as I said, this is a work in progress for me, but not be obsessing about the numbers. I'm trying to, when I release a video, just start focusing on the next video that I want to do.
Mm.
Just keep looking forward, because it seems like such a big deal, especially when you're new. And even every video I release now seems like such a big deal. But there's always going to be, like, I plan on being in YouTube for several years. So there's going to be hundreds of more videos.
Mm.
And, Mr. Beast, the famous 100 videos, your first 100 videos are going to be rubbish. And I'm not even at 50 yet. So I just remind myself, like, I'm just going to get better, just keep going. But just remember, if it's not, like, you got to have fun and you got to have a good why. So I know that's all well and good saying from this position of having the viral video, but that was my motto before. Like it's going to take 3 to 5 years to get, my 100,000 subscriber thing, which was a fun goal. But just remembering, like, you have to be okay with you no matter what's happening, because there's the downside to virality as well. It's been a journey, like, since going viral. A lot of things that have come up for me that I didn't have any experience of before. So, like, you think, I just want that video, but just kind of just enjoy it as you go along and just keep bringing it back to self. Yeah.
That's a beautiful answer. So I wondered, when we like look at your channel, so you had this video that where are we? It wasn't long ago. Here we go. So you had this video, Don't Waste Your Life. It took me 30 years to realize what I'll tell you in 10 minutes, which is fantastic. Great title. And I know that's the title that was going viral, or, trending, whatever. And then, so to go from 5 million and then to 58, and then sometimes more recently, like back in the a few thousands, this is a really interesting thing. How does that feel for you?
Yeah, it's interesting. So I was fine. Like, when it went to the 50s, I was, like, still very excited, because after the viral video, I was like, I had no idea what to expect. I certainly didn't expect more views, more millions of views. Like, I follow enough YouTubers to know that that's unlikely, but I didn't know where it would land. So then it landed in the 50s, and I was like, that's amazing. Like, that's great. And then, yeah, they started dropping and dropping and dropping. And as you, like, when you have a viral video, like 5 million, so many people subscribe that aren't your community. Like, they're people that you're not aligned with, or they're not aligned with you, whatever. And so every time you release a video, there's literally a massive drop off. There's like 20, 40 unsubscribed. And then over time, it might go up again to get past the positive. And that's with every video since, which is completely normal, because not everyone's going to like you unless you're being very generic and fluffy. And so that's totally fine. But that did take me, this has all been a staged process of learning what, to be okay with it and how to deal with it. So I now know every time I release a video, there'll be a drop off in subscribers. But, like, yeah, the videos going down and down, that was a journey. There was panic. There was about a month where I was, like, completely panicked, and, like, I had to really remember, like, all the tools. Why am I doing this? And but as far as I'm concerned, because my focus is on my own evolution, I was really grateful for that, because it brought up all the stuff that needed to be healed, really, all of the unworthiness and my whole worthiness or self-esteem is based on the fact that I did well with numbers, and take that away, what have you got, like, what's happening inside? So for me, it was kind of a blessing in disguise to go on this journey. and it's so amazing how you recalibrate. So now when I release a video, if I got over 10 quickly, I'd be like, oh my God, that's like, I'd be like, so exciting. Like, so
Yeah.
I'm in the like, 2 to 5 is like a normal range for me. And I've got no doubt there'll be other ones that go up, but it's, I'm not, I'm not like, oh God, I'm just please, please, please. I'm not like that anymore. Like, I'm just like,
Mm.
we'll just see what happens. And yeah,
Yeah, it
it
seems
was a
like it could be
real
a lot
journey.
of pressure, like when you have
Yes,
that happen, and then it's like,
a
you
lot
know,
of pressure. That's why
yeah,
your mindset has to be right.
yeah.
Because it
And if
stops being
anyone needs
fun.
help with mindset stuff,
Yeah.
go and check out Maggie Loves Life. But yeah, it's such a am yet to experience that kind of thing. But yeah, Elle says so true what she's saying about the numbers and needing to be okay within yourself either way. And yeah, it's interesting, like this, like not worrying about the numbers yet. It's still a good, it's still a good thing to be kind of wanting, uh, like juggling, wanting to have something that gets heaps of views
Yeah.
and, seeking those trending topics, but still remaining true to yourself. Would you speak on, like how you, when you find it, when you do find a trending topic, because if a lot of your videos are trending topic videos, but they have your spin on them. Could you talk about how you do that?
I I mean, I only have to talk from my experience. So you find the trending topic, and I just think, like, for example, with the viral one, I'd seen that around. I'd seen quite a few of them, and I listened to one guy, and I was like, oh, like it was this completely unrelated perspective to, like, he was completely different to me. We had nothing in common, but I just found his um what he was talking about interesting. And then I was like, oh, what would I say if I did that? And I just had a shower, and then I was like, oh, I could talk about acting, and I could talk about how I really want to be famous, and I could talk about, and then it just kind of came, and I just wrote it all out. But I think I think it's kind of obvious, like it's obvious when people are like using scripts from there's so much AI, and it's
Mm,
obvious if it's not really your experience. And what's the point? What's the point if it's not your experience? Like, we're all unique. So I I don't have a problem keeping to my own experience, because there's something in me that just I couldn't fake it and pretend to have an experience that I didn't have. Or yeah, I don't know if that answers your question.
yeah. No, it's like, yeah, how we can stay true to ourselves while still, using these things that are getting momentum, picking up momentum. We had a good question from Elle earlier. Has the uptick in views and subs made you pivot your channel concept much?
No, except I once all of that happened, I didn't have to do the YouTuber videos, the how to grow on YouTube. Although I am gonna do a you know, I've been on YouTube 9 months, so 9 things that I wish I had have known. But I'm going to try and make them as unique as possible, because there's just the same stuff often
Yeah.
repeated. So I'll keep doing those occasionally, because they're fun, and it's a great way to reflect and see on your journey. Um, but what before the viral video, one of my concerns was all of my biggest videos have all been YouTube videos, and I don't want to be a how to grow on YouTube person. That's just I could not do that because it doesn't light me up. It's fun for that period of time, but I don't want to do that and then teach others and have that be my niche. So I was like, oh, I hope, because my whole goal with doing some of those videos and growing is that some of the other new YouTubers that would watch my channel, maybe they'll like my spiritual stuff too, just to get more eyes on my videos. So I was really glad with the viral video, because then it gave me permission to not have to do the new YouTuber videos.
Mm,
Not only if I choose to, not because I have to. Yeah.
yeah. Yeah, that's awesome. Um, my dad's asking, and maybe this question makes sense to you. When you say 2 to 5, is that 200 or 2 or 2 million? Does anyone know what that means? Dad, can you
Oh,
clarify what?
1,000, 2,000 to 5,000 views. I think
Oh,
he's talking about. Yeah.
yes.
Um,
Thanks, Dad.
that's about now.
Thanks, Dad. Thanks for being here. You're a sweet legend. Yes. Livio says it's all an experiment, right? Seems to mimic the game of life. What are your thoughts on that?
100%. I mean, you're just throwing stuff at the wall and hoping for the best, and then you just kind of see what happened, and then okay, I'll learn from that. Which is it's exactly like life. You just like I don't have any secrets that other people don't have. It's just like you're just doing your best, and you just roll with the punches, and you enjoy the highs and lows, and just try and grow through the whole thing. It's exactly yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. Is there anything that you wish you knew about YouTube earlier in your journey?
Um, Gosh, there's lots of things that I'm going to be doing a video on, and now they're all escaping me. I think really, I think really hammering home the being okay regardless of the views, because when that there was a period of time after the viral video, not initially, it was. I mean, what goes up must come down. I think I was like high as a kite, like God, oh my God, oh my God, for quite a while, quite a while, and I think fostering the bringing it back and not looking externally. So I don't know how, but if you can just really work on that, then like my low after was quite intense. Like so, just and it stopped. Like before, creation was like so fun. I'm just being creative and all this inspiration, and then it was like, I hope the audience are going to like this. Oh God, what are people going to think of this? And oh God, what are people going to think of this? Because you get a lot more comments, obviously, when you have a lot more views, and then you like you get a lot more of an idea of who's watching, sort of, and then it's like, oh, people are going to be offended by this. And I mean, even I started worrying about because I say interchange universe and God, and the universe is benevolent, like she. There were so many comments about people like you had me until you said she, like things like that, and then I just had to go, oh, I don't care. Like if they are offended by the terms and the way I speak, then they're just not my audience. So yeah.
Yeah, totally. Totally. But it's really good to hear you talking about, like, not that I'm happy that you had a down after having such a high, like that sucks. But like, what's your process like of like dealing with that, getting through that low? Like practically, what do you, Maggie, do?
Yeah, I mean, I have a really good support system, and I'm also teach meditation, so I have a lot of skills, like understand about energy and clearing my energy, and I have those skills which are and tools that are very helpful, and it was really not riding above it. It was really going, oh wow, I'm really feeling like I'm a failure, and sitting with the feelings of failure, and then realizing that's not the truth, and then choosing something different and working. So it was kind of healing work is what I had to do. But because I have this awareness, it's like front and center for me. I knew what was happening, didn't make it any more enjoyable, but I knew I had to go through it, because if I didn't, it was just going to happen bigger the next time. I was just going to feel even worse. So just took the opportunity to try and transform all of that. So yeah.
Yeah. And you're a big advocate of disconnecting, right?
Yeah, yeah, I am. I think it's really important, and I don't do it enough in my regular life, because the phone is the computer really that we use for work. Um, but absolutely, I go on a couple of retreats a year, and I'm always loath to turn my phone on after, because it's so peaceful. So yeah, my partner and I actually have like a few hours or a half day or something where we just completely turn the phone off, and it's a practice of just getting used to it. It's okay if people can't reach you.
Yeah. Yeah. It's so interesting, isn't it? Like the whole like being contactable all of the time, and like how we've just all grown so accustomed to that. And we really try to, we have a 13-month-old baby, and she has been such an inspiration to turn stuff off
Mm,
and just like be together. And
beautiful.
it's like, it's not that it takes, I wish that it hadn't taken, is that the right word? Having a baby to give myself that. But it's so important, especially like when, how often we hit refresh on our YouTube Studio app, and
Yeah.
like that is one of the worst things. People talk about, I should delete it from your phone, but I mean, I like to have it there. I like to check it, but having those times and giving ourselves those times to just completely disconnect, I think is so important. Um, Elle says, so the pressure of more eyes on you is tough if it happens fast in your YouTube journey. What an
I
interesting
think
question.
that's completely dependent on the person. It really, I mean, I'm sure there are people that just take it in their stride, and I really just think it depends on you and what that means to you and what you're making it mean, and how much you care about judgment and criticism. And if you're just one of these, I don't care people, then you'll be fine. But if you're like, oh my God, don't say something mean, I couldn't handle it. If you're one of those, then it's a lot tougher.
Mm, yeah. It's so dopamine rich, so it's lovely to disconnect and find the joy in outside things too. Yeah.
Mm.
Nature, actual outside is very, 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 very good for disconnecting. You know that feeling when you like, do you camp? Do you go camping?
Not very often, no.
Oh, I
But
don't
I
go
love
very
it.
often either, but that feeling when you wake up and it's like, oh, there's just nothing going on, nothing to worry
Yeah.
about. It's so, so lovely. And it's like the complete opposite of YouTube. And
We live in the bush, so I go on these big walks, and yeah, so I know what you're saying. It's like you get out and you're like, oh, what am I worried about? This is amazing.
yeah,
Yeah.
totally. It's beautiful. Um, Now, I have a question for you about, because I mentioned it at the start. You got paid at the time of a video of yours that I watched. You have a video saying that you got paid $30,000 for that one video. Um,
That was it's Australian. It's about 33,000 Australian at the moment. So it's like
yeah.
20 something US.
Oh, okay. It was 20. Yes. That's such a huge figure to be paid for one video, as we know from acting. And I was thinking
Yeah.
about, like, when you do amateur theatre and you do a profit share and you get like $200 for weeks
If that.
or months, yeah, if that, for weeks and months of practice, and then you've made this video and it's like very helpful financially. I saw someone asked you if you're thinking about quitting your job.
Oh.
And can you explain why you're not thinking about quitting your job?
Because I think, okay, to put it in perspective, at the height of that video, I was like that, like I was having days of earning like about 1,000 US dollars a day. That was the peak.
Mm,
And on average now, I think I earn 15 to 25 US dollars a day.
yeah,
So you can't really live on 15 to 25 US dollars a day.
yeah. I mean, you could if you had a tent and you were camping illegally in
And
the
you like
bush.
beans and rice.
Yeah,
Yeah.
if you like that sort of thing. But yeah, it's such a it's an interesting thing. I wonder. I wanted to ask what your monetization strategies are, because like we can't obviously rely on videos getting 5 million views every time, as previously discussed. So, do you have other monetization strategies for your channel?
Like to to you to getting monetized, or to get income.
Just getting income. So,
Income.
like, I do some affiliate marketing on my
Oh yeah.
channel. I know you have your coaching business. So, is it like a funnel to get people there?
Yeah.
Is that the
That's the
strategy?
that's the strategy. Although when that viral video happened, I had all this interest, but I was not set up for it. I didn't. I mean, I thought I had a couple of years to set myself up, so I didn't have the online calendar or anything. So I still haven't kind of, but I've got my email list is growing. So I've got like over 3,000 people on my email list. So when I
Wow,
do
that's
have
fantastic.
offers, that's, yeah, that's exciting. I can have direct contact with people. I did my first brand deal. That's my
Awesome.
next video's got it. That was quite scary because it's like, are my audience going to be okay with the fact that I'm doing having like talking about a brand? But you know, I had a lot of brands reach out, but they're mostly like things I wouldn't align myself like ethically or just a bit of, or they were just a bit scammy or whatever. And I don't think I can say it, but it's coming out on Thursday, and it's like a fitness app style thing, and I that was aligned with me because I had been wanting to get back into weights, and so when they reached out I was like, yes. So I gave it a go, loved it, and I talk about it, but it's still a bit like, it's weird. I'm like, but it's just like acting when you get an ad, but it's different because it's you, and integrating it and being able to talk about it for 2 minutes, like the 120 seconds, and authentically with integrity, it's a lot. So I don't think I'll do a lot of those, but
Mm.
it was it was a good experience. And I don't know, they kind of reached, it was a very long process, so it was like before Easter, so
Oh,
I don't
wow.
know, yeah, it's a really long process. So um yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
Oh,
and
that's
I want to
cool.
do the affiliate thing too, like if there's something that I use, but I just haven't had the time to look into how you even do all that stuff.
Yeah. Oh, well, we can have chats about that if you like, because
That'd be
I
great.
think it's such an amazing way to earn money just talking about things that you use and love anyway. So I guess that's the tricky, can be the tricky thing sometimes with brand deals, is like, "Oh, what if I don't like the thing?" Um,
Yeah.
so yeah, because obviously it has to be honest. So it's very helpful if you already know. If did they let you give you? I have never done a brand deal. Um, did they let you try before you commit to?
Oh yeah, there was. I
That's
had to
great.
use it for a certain amount of time. I had to use it at least twice a week for, I think for 2 weeks, but I've been using it for like 6 or 8 weeks or something. I took the most amount of time to put the video together. So yeah, and I had to be in contact with my trainer twice a week.
Mm,
There was all these things that I had to do to be able to give an honest review. But that's because it
yeah,
was a decent
that's cool.
brand. Like lesser brands wouldn't have those things
Yeah.
in place.
Oh, that's fantastic. I'm excited to watch it. I
Yeah,
am. I want to be fit.
it's. Well, click my link and take the quiz.
Yeah, awesome. How cool. Yeah, I think there's I've also been recently exploring the idea of memberships, which is
Yeah,
something that
same.
Marianne there's a book, what's the book called? Predictable Profits. Is
Oh,
all about like building a membership, and oh, you're going to love it. It's so good, and it's he speaks a bit about uh just being able to ask for money for things that we're doing that are good, like
yeah,
that are bringing good into the world. And yeah, it's a great book, and literally walks you through step by step. I haven't done it yet, but I'm still reading the book, and but he walks you through step by step how to build a membership, for your channel. So
that's cool.
or for
I'll
your
definitely get
business,
that.
generally business. Yeah, so I'll
Yeah.
link it in the description if anyone like to check that book out as well. So, we're going to be wrapping up here soon, folks. But I've got a few more questions. If any of you who are watching have any questions that I might have missed, I feel like I've done a relatively good job of finding all of your questions. But ask them in the chat, and I've got a few little rippers for you. Just a really practical one. What gear or tools have made the biggest difference for you, Maggie?
Um, when I stopped fiddling around with lights and just accepted that daylight is the best, that just took away a lot of issues. So I film outside for that reason, and also because we're private in our house, I didn't want to film inside the house. So um, unless I had a backdrop, and yeah, so just filming outside. I still use my iPhone. I have a fancy camera that I've just figured out how to use. So I'll hopefully use that a little bit more. And I got the DJI mic mini, which is a game changer. So I don't have to be connected to the camera.
Awesome.
That's a really good one. That particular
And
mic, I love
does
it.
that just plug straight into your phone?
Yeah, there's a receiver that plugs into the phone, and there's two mics, so you can interview
Oh,
people and walk and talk and be
oh.
like 400 meters away, kind of thing.
That could be very cool for my channel that I have with Nina. Very interesting. Put a
Oh,
link
definitely.
in your description, and I'll click
I
that link.
better figure out how to. Yeah, I'll share it
Yeah.
with you. JB Hi-Fi. It's like $250 or something.
Oh,
It's worth it.
awesome.
It's worth the investment.
Yeah, cool. That's so good, especially because you're like obviously doing stuff outside. So
Mm.
dealing with wind and things like that. That's amazing. I love that your number one tool is something that is free to us all. The sun. It's very good. What happens if it is raining?
Well, there's only been once when I really had to keep filming, and I just kind of you incorporate it in what you're talking about. Like, oh God, it's pouring, and I'm in a bus shelter, kind of thing.
Yeah.
Um, but it's more about like having to get in before midday or like late, like towards sunset. The middle of the day is terrible with the
Mm,
sun above you, so it's more about the timing that it's like you've got to really keep on top of, especially in winter when
yeah.
it's like I've got to get out there before
Yeah, you need
3
that
p.m.
golden hour. I love
Yeah.
in your video where you talk about uh, not why you don't drink alcohol, and which I
Oh,
also
yeah.
don't. 5 years sober,
Yeah,
thank you.
5 years. I saw your comment. Yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
so good.
And I loved seeing like the light changing, and at some points when you were talking, you like had this angelic halo around you, and like it was very cool. It was very very cool. Such a fun thing that these lights don't do. I'm sure if I was really clever with them, I could make them. But yes, so what would you tell someone who wants to start a YouTube channel but feels nervous about it?
Honestly, uh, hand on my heart, just start. Like, just start. No, no one's going to watch your first video anyway. They might watch your first video later on when another video goes well and they'll want to go back and see where you started. But kind of the daggier the first video is, the more impressive the growth. If you
Yeah,
know what I mean.
totally.
Just start. And if you're nervous about it, just don't tell people. Just just do it for you. But like everyone that I have spoken with have all said, I only wish I started earlier. I wish I didn't stop myself.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
amazing. And
this.
you've also given me a really wonderful lead into the video that I'm going to link at the end, which is the interview I did last week with Elle, who's in the crowd here, who's saying yay, who has a secret YouTube channel and has not told
Ah,
anyone, which I just think is astounding.
that is so cool.
Yeah, it's so, so cool. That's like a really, uh, yeah, you really don't have to tell anyone. It's amazing. And my final question to wrap us up here today, if that person could do one thing this week, so someone who's like new or newish or whatever, if they could do one thing this week to move forward, what should it be?
If they haven't ever posted a video before, or
Yeah, let's go if they
yeah,
haven't ever posted a video before.
I would, I would, gosh, I would just write down a couple of questions. I would actually even put into ChatGTP, like something like, can you give me 10 coaching questions, uh, like to understand more about myself or something like that. Um, and I would just have the questions. I'd go out with my phone and I would just film and I just walk and talk. It's so much easier. Something about the movement, like if you sit still, you start to, But if you're moving, there's something in the flow of the energy forward. And I would just film myself and just ask myself the questions and just kind of answer them, just with no pressure of having to upload. And you'll be amazed at what kind of like your natural kind of oh god and all those like the natural responses will be interesting, and there'll be something in there, if not all of it, that you can just post.
That's awesome. I said that it was the final question, but Livio's asked one more, so we'll do one more question. I'm wondering about scripting. Do you script or simply walk and talk?
I script because I was walking and talking at the start, but I am one of these people that repeats myself a lot, and editing was it. And so I was just uploading, but you can see people. I think people were dropping off because I was saying the same thing like people's attention spans are too short kind of thing, and I was rambling. So I decided to start scripting, and then I was over scripting and trying to say every word. And now I just kind of do talking points to the best of my ability. Yeah.
Yeah.
To keep me on
Awesome.
track.
Yeah, yeah. It's script writing can be very, very good, but it can also, like, I mean, I think this is probably one of the things that is a benefit to acting training
Mm,
is like being able to read something and it feel pretty natural.
yeah. Yeah.
Which takes a lot of practice, and even for actors, I think that takes a lot of practice. That's like a big part of the um, training.
Absolutely.
Yeah. All right. I am gonna wrap things up here, folks, which is apparently something you're not supposed to ever say at the end of a video. But there we go. Thank you so much to everyone who has tuned in for the live. And if you're watching the replay, thank you also to you. And thank you, massive, massive thank you to you, Maggie, for joining me today. This has just been such a bloody massive pleasure. You're a legend.
Thank you so much, Claire. Thanks for asking me. This is so fun. So
Well,
I had a
great.
really good time.
Oh,
Yeah,
I'm so
thank you.
glad. All right. Thanks, everyone. Bye bye.